stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Don't take forever, okay?
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Akeem Hicks in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. First carry now for Jordan Howard. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On third down, Wilson. Now the ball comes loose. But I think the Bears have recovered. They have. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On first and goal, Howard. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Let's go, G. Hey, guys. Lock in, lock in.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, doesn't matter.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Hassan Ridgeway with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the shotgun, Wilson. Lockett with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go, let's go.
On second down, Trubisky. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Danny Amendola on the return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Be ready for one word. Be ready for one word. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Trubisky. And that's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Now it's Lockett. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Howard has the 1st down and then some. And he gets this one down to the 24. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st down, Trubisky. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return. But I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback. But as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And a second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. This time Wilson will throw. Forced out to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And I think the offense is going to keep possession. Yes, they are. But they're backed up now at their own 2-yard line. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Looking to throw. Trubisky on 1st down. That is caught by Cohen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Trubisky with a give to Howard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. To go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And this is caught at the 8. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Hurry, hurry!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third and goal, Trubisky buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Spread left, spread left. Hey, over here, over here. Good.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On second down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So we've come upon halftime with a visit. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. On the right side, this is Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Bears on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. They go counter with Howard. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And here a juke. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. On second down, here's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Bears on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Parkey's kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 50 yards. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Akeem Hicks. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They go play action now. Wilson going for it all. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Seahawks on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Run left, run left. Let's go, 14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Lynch. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky. And incomplete on the deep ball. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
A give to Howard. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. You see it? You see it?
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. His throw incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running with Howard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has, and that offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, They've talked about it for years. They've done the drills, but they've really increased it in recent seasons because the offense has gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Back now at Soldier Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Now Trubisky to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. He's at the 50. The 40. The 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Penny, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
14.
Play action. It's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Gotta go.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Finding Gabriel complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
12. Check. 4 down.
They go play action with Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Looking deep now for Amendola. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They go with Howard again. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just outside his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
He's going to float this one deep right side, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Johnson was the intended receiver. They run with Howard. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Being chased out left. And he rifles one incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Amendola, he was the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Chicago, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.